What's going on, y'all? About to send this link out, then we're going to go ahead and get started. All right, there we go. I'm going to wait for y'all to hop on in. We got a few minutes till London starts. It's the last week of the month, last month of the quarter. What's going on, y'all? We're looking for some setups right now. What's going on, y'all? What's going on? What's going on, Shawn? I see you in here. Yeah, so we got a couple minutes until London starts. We're just looking at some possible setups right now. We're going to be looking at gold. We're going to be looking at, let's delete this one right here. We're going to delete that. There we go. What's going on, y'all? Those just joined the stream. We haven't entered anything yet. These are just some trade ideas. Make sure you hit that first link in the description. Join the free signal room, free Telegram. You see on your screen how we did last week and last month. We're going to pull that up and go over that in just a second. Trying to figure out where I want to put the stop loss. I'll probably put it like right here. Yeah, so we're going to be looking for gold sells. What's going on, Orion? I see you in here. We're going to be watching NAS as well as SPX. Possible sells, depending on how it reacts to this level right here. But we're looking at possible sells on NAS and SPX. We're looking at GJ buys. We're looking at New Zealand pair buys. And then GA and EA buys as well. So yeah, if NAS can break below this level, we can look for possible sells here. But we're going to let it do its thing for right now. We're going to pay attention to the currency pairs. I'm going to put stop loss right there. Yeah, so we're waiting for GJ to see if GJ can break back above this level. If it can do so, we're going to enter another buy position. We've been entering buys all last week and all last month and this month. So we're going to continue to look for those buys. We're going to be looking for buys on GN right here as well. We're just waiting for price to break above this level here, just like GJ. But we're going to look for buys. Did a quick move a couple hours ago. Was waiting for it, but it did it a couple hours ago. So we're going to wait for the next position or retracement like always. But yeah, we're just chilling right now. London session just started. I'm kind of liking GA here too. I went over this with the members last night. It did a huge pump to the upside, yes, on Friday. Into this position, If it can continue to hold this level, we could look for a buy here, but we do have this huge imbalance here. It pretty much canceled out the imbalance that we saw a few weeks ago on the way down. But nonetheless, the way it's been pumping up, we're not looking for anything besides buys. Wouldn't really even consider sells unless price breaks back below like 88.80 and starts trading as resistance. So we can look for possible buys here as well. But I'm mainly waiting for GJ and GN to do its thing. I mainly want to look at GJ, GN, possibly EN as well. And then I'm watching gold as well as the indices. Yeah, so EN kind of did the same thing as GN, did a quick pump up the past couple hours at the top of the zone. So we're either going to wait for retracement back down around this level, or we're going to wait for price to break this level above here, and then we're going to look for a buy. So that's going to be the game plan for London session as of now. Those just joined the stream, we haven't entered anything yet. Go ahead and hit that first link in the description, join the free signal room, free Telegram. You see on your screen how we did last week and last month. Last week we went, well, you don't see it on your screen. Let me put it on the screen so you can see it. There you go. So now you see it on your screen how we did last week and last month. Last week we went 11-2, catching a total of 1,703 pips. Last month we went 46-5, catching 45,925 pips. Ended last month with a 92% win rate. And then last week we ended with a 85% win rate, if I'm not mistaken. If you hit that first link, you're going to see this right here. Well, this is what you're going to see first. Then you scroll up, then you'll see how we did last week. Last week, Monday, we caught 43 pips. Tuesday, we caught 220 pips. Wednesday, we caught 896 pips. Thursday, we caught 314. And then Friday, we caught 230. Ending the week with a total of 1,703 pips. 727 of those pips were strictly caught with the members in the advanced play signal room. Ending the week 11-2, giving us an 85% win rate. You click right here, it's going to take you to the beginning of the week on Monday. Every trade posted, wins, losses, all that's posted on here. You're going to see the personal entries, SLs, TPs for every trade, the time the trade was posted, the date the trade was posted, how many people viewed or entered the trade, reactions, TPs getting hit, screenshots of us in positions, and all that good stuff. So make sure to check that out. We're going to go into this a little bit more later, but new 5 minutes about to start, so we're about to pull these pairs back up. Yeah, so we're just waiting for gold to break back below this level, and if it can do so, we're going to be going for another sell position. We've been going for sells really the past month, if not the past 2 months, as you can see right here. After I just messed this up, there we go. As you can see here, we've literally just been catching sells. This was literally the beginning of June. This was the month before that, May. We've been riding this entire wave down, and then during the uptrend, we was riding the entire wave up as well. And if we go in the bigger time frame, specifically the daily, and we go back to the right, then we zoom out, we can see that we are clearly bearish. If everything's showing us sells, we're only going to go for sells. Just like if we was in the uptrend, everything's showing us buys, we're only going to look for buys. So we're just going to be chilling right now. We got a few possible setups we can jump into soon, but we're just waiting for confirmations and levels to get broken and touched. And NAS is showing like it's about to try to break below that level. So if it can, we're going to be looking for a possible sell here on NAS and SPX. So there's a few possible setups we can jump into. So we're going to be looking for gold sells, possible NAS and SPX sells, GJ buys, GN buys. We're going to look for EN buys as well. So we're just letting these pairs do their thing. In no rush to enter any trades. Just waiting on our confirmations right now. So we're just going to keep it on GJ right here. And I got the indices I'm watching on my other screen. But yeah, we're just chilling and patiently waiting right now. As far as news this week goes, today we do have in a couple of hours, well, not a couple of hours, an hour now, we do have some Euro news popping off, some journal info business climate, and then in 50 minutes after that, we do have some Swiss franc news. And then later on in the middle of New York, we got some more Euro news, and that's pretty much it for the day. Then tomorrow, that's when we start seeing some red folder news pop up. We got the CPI at 8:30 for the Canadian pairs. Then we also at 8:30 have some USD news. Then at 10 a.m., hour and a half later, we got some more USD news. And then when market reopens later on that night during the Tokyo session, we got some Australian news. And I put screenshots of all the news events and holidays for this week on my Instagram. So if you go ahead and look on the bottom of your screen and follow me on Instagram and TikTok at Playmaker_Ways to Instagram and Playmaker Ways to TikTok. With my most recent post on Instagram, you're going to see the screenshots of all these posts right here. If you don't know what this website is, it's Forex Factory. I highly recommend everybody look up that website and check it out daily before you especially enter any trades for the days, if not the week. It's going to let you know all news events, but I honestly only pay attention to the orange and red folder news because that's the high impact news, and that's the news events you got to pay attention to, or you should pay attention to. The other ones don't really matter because there's news going on every day, but with the red and orange folder news, those are the news events that you have a higher likelihood of the volatility, the spikes, and the pumps and dumps happening. So definitely keep in mind the times and the days those red folder, orange folder news events are popping off. But we got a new 5-minute about to start in about a minute and a half, but we're just chilling right now. Got a few options soon, but we're just waiting right now. Had a great week last week. Been a great month, honestly, and a great quarter. We're going to go over that in just a second as well. So NAS is slowly creeping below this level. It did just break below. So we're going to wait to see how this next 5-minute looks and ultimately how this 15-minute candlestick closes. And then depending on how the next 15 looks like, we may or may not enter a possible sell onto NAS. So we're just going to keep it there for now. Yeah, I'm looking at SPX as well. Possible sell setup on SPX also. A new 5-minute bet starting about 30. So yeah, we're just going to wait for this 15 minutes to close, and then we're going to go from there. Also waiting on gold to break below the level we got marked off as well. If gold can break below here, once it does, we wait for the confirmations, and then we're going to enter a possible sell. We took a sell here last Friday, tried multiple times to push to the downside, but it wasn't ready to make that move yet. It retraced to the next level, where this happened during the live stream, during the news event me and the members were live for, where I broke this down and re-entered it. And this is why it's always so important. And I mentioned this a few times. The members, you should know this, especially tuned into the past lives. But for those that just, watch the New York live, or the London session lives, or, just in the free channel, this might be the first or second time you hear this. But it's so important when a trade goes your way to understand why it went your way. And when a trade doesn't go your way, to understand and know why it didn't go your way. Never just win a trade and be happy. Never just lose a trade and get upset. Go on the charts and review what's going on, because especially if you didn't break any of your rules, if you stayed disciplined, you stuck to your plan, you waited for your confirmations, you stuck to your rules, and then you executed, and then you still lost the trade, that's especially when you want to dive deep, do some back testing and see exactly what happened. All right, because a lot of losing trades, especially if you have the right strategy, simply is because you entered a little too early. Most of the time, there are a few other scenarios, but for the most part, at least with this strategy and with me and the members trade, when SL gets hit, 90% of the times because we just entered a little too early. The other 10% is either news events, reversals, or retracements are happening, things like that. But usually it's just because you entered a little too early. That is if you're trading with this strategy and you're, of course, following the trend, right? Because if we're bearish, like we just went over, and you see here we've been going for overall sells, then we didn't break any rules going for a sell. So what happened here was we just entered a little too early. Because if we look to the left, like I always say, look to the left, it's going to explain what's happening in the present and what could potentially happen in the future. And while we're doing this, I'm on my other screen still looking at some other pairs. So don't think we're about to miss any setups because we're waiting for the next 15 regardless. But I am still watching these pairs. I'm kind of liking how they're looking. NAS is still pushing to the downside. So I want to see a nice retest and price treat the support level as a resistance. And then we could possibly jump into some NAS or SPX shorts. Now, GJ is retracing down as well. So we're going to let price retrace do its thing, wait for it to hit the next level, and then possibly look for, excuse me, entry on that. Excuse me. Give me 1 second. Let me just go through these pairs really quick. Yeah, so all the pairs are doing some retracements right now, as far as the currency pairs go that we're looking at. So we're just going to let them do their thing. It is Monday. Markets just opened last night, so not too much of a shock. We see this happen a lot of the times. A lot of the currency pairs doing some quick retracements, but we like retracements because that just helps us out in the long run. So we're just going to go back to these when the next 15 starts. I'm just going through all these pairs really quick, just to make sure we don't miss anything. All right, cool. All right, so back to what we was talking about. So you look to the left, it's going to explain what's happening in the present and what could potentially happen in the future. So we see on Thursday, the day before, well, let's first go to Wednesday. We see Wednesday. We can even go to Tuesday. So look at Tuesday, did a nice clean drop here. Hit my key level, did a retracement, then did a second clean drop, hit my other level. So you literally tapped it, retraced, chilled here, then did the next drop. First it hit this level, retested, then broke past this level. Then it hit this level, retested, then broke past this level. Well, I should say retraced, not retested. Retraced, then broke past this level. Then we went for a sell here, and instead of holding as low as resistance, it did what it did the past few times earlier this week, or last week, I should say. Retraced. Then what should have happened next was it broke through this level, but you see it rejected that level. So we're going to see if price can break back below, and if it can, we're going to see if it can hold this level and continue to push down to the next zone. But going back to what I was saying, a regular trader would have took this loss and either was be done for the day or stop looking at this pair or whatever the case may be. But because I know that overall we are bearish and overall price is going down in the long run, also that we caught multiple sells day after day after day after day for literally the past 2 months, I know that I should be looking for sells. So if price retraced up, I know it's a retracement, right? So I'm still going to look for sells, but I'm going to look for it at the next possible entry, which would be the next key price level, because we enter strictly off these key price levels. So that's why I waited for price to retrace back up to here. Then once it hit my level, you literally see it touched it, then dropped back to the downside, right back to this level. So that's why it's so important to always review your trades. And really, when you're in a trade, pay attention to the charts as well, because every candlestick is going to give you hints. Every candlestick is going to try to explain exactly what's going on. And by try to explain, I mean it is, but it's your goal and your job to figure out and decipher it. You get what I'm saying? We had similar situations in the past with GJ. I'm trying to find that example. It was like a few weeks ago. Could have been this one. Went for a buy here, hit SL, came back to the level below it, re-enter the buy, made my money back and more. All right. Why did I not get discouraged? Because again, looking to the left, we see we're going for buys. We see prices clearly were pushing up. So if my stop loss got hit, I simply just entered a little too early. It was doing the retracement. But because price is overall still bullish, I'm still going to look for buys and simply just re-entered at the next level and made my money back and more. And then guess what happened after that? Price continued its bullish momentum. All right, that's all price does. So if you ever end up losing a trade, go over it, review and see what happened, especially if you didn't break any of your rules. You might be leaving some money on the table, or you might be missing out on an opportunity to make the money back you just lost or make even more. All right, we see this happen all the time. We see this happen all the time. Or just simply think about the last time you entered a trade and it didn't go your way, or stop loss got hit, and then right after stop loss got hit, next candlestick or so, price ended up shooting your way, right? I know this happened before. This happened to me plenty of times. I know I'm not the only one. So we got a new 15 I just started. So we're about to pull up these indices and see what's going on. Yeah, I like how these are looking right here. So I'm going to write some trade ideas up. So if you hear me quiet, that's because I'm writing some trade ideas up. Those that know I cannot talk and type. Because I'm going to end up talking when I'm typing or typing when I'm talking. So just bear with me 1 second while I write this stuff up. All right, y'all. Just dropped the video yesterday. All right, more videos dropping later this week. Gonna be some more trading. Well, this one was the trading psychology video, but I got some more trading tip videos, more trade breakdowns as well dropping this week. So make sure to be on the lookout for that. But make sure to check out the video I just dropped yesterday. I'm gonna link it in the chat as well as put it on the screen for those watching the recorded of this. But it was titled "Never Be Emotional While Trading by Doing These 5 Things." All right, and like every other video, I'm never going to tell y'all to do something that I don't personally do, just like I'm never going to tell y'all not to do something that I don't personally do, right? These are things I personally do every day, and these are things that have helped me extremely, especially mentally and mindset wise while trading. Because trading, once you get your strategy down, it's 100% discipline and emotion and simple math. All right. And you hear people always talk about emotion, 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 but nobody really goes fully into depth about it. So that's what we do in this video. And like always, it's shorter than your favorite TV show. So there's really no excuse to not be able to watch it in one sitting. So let me go ahead and drop that in the comments right now. Yeah, but I'm looking at some pairs right now. I'm going to write some trade ideas up. So we're going to keep this on. We're watching GN, we're watching GJ, we're watching gold, and then we're watching NAS right now. That's what we're doing right now. So do you play trades after the red news or don't play it at all that day? Orion, uh, your name sounds familiar, but I cannot remember if you are a member or not. Either way, I have a video on my channel that goes over how I trade news. So either way, that's a good question. I'm gonna answer that in just a second. But I have videos on my YouTube explaining how I go about trading news days. So I'll link that in a second. But let me write some of these trade ideas up first. Yeah, but also let me know if you're a member or not. Because if you're a member, you should definitely know the answer to that question. Because we go over that literally in all the New York live streams that we have. And all the New York lives are recorded and posted in the channel. So if you didn't use this weekend to watch Friday's live, as well as the past lives last month, the month before that, all this year, etc., definitely take today and this week to do so. But if you're not a member, I still got y'all. You just want to see live examples every week, but I do have a video on YouTube explaining exactly what we do. So just give me 1 second. 2965, 2965. Those just joined the stream, we haven't entered anything yet. These are just trade ideas. Go ahead and hit that first link in the description. Join the free Signal Room, free Telegram. You see on your screen how we did last week, and you see on your screen how we did last month. You hit that first link, you're going to be able to see and check that out for yourselves. But we're looking for possible GN buys, GJ buys, EN buys, EJ buys, potential NAS and SPX sells. We're looking for gold sells. And that's pretty much the game plan as of now until we see otherwise. Last week we went 11-2, giving us an 85% win rate for the week. And then last month we went 46-5, catching 45,000 plus pips, give us a 90% win rate for the month. The week before we went 14-0, and then we're going to go over how we did this month as a whole so far as well. And of course, at the end of this week, we're going to do the recap of the month and quarter like we always do. So give me 1 second. I'm typing some trade ideas up. So give me 1 second. All right, cool. Yeah, so we see price is still trying. We've been alive so far. You see price hasn't really done too much. So that's why we're just chilling. We're just patiently waiting for confirmations to get met. We know why we're waiting for these confirmations. So we're in no rush or feeling no pressure to enter any trades. Yeah, so we're just letting price do its thing for right now. Gold's retracing back up, so we're not going to enter gold. We're just going to let gold retrace and wait to see how it reacts at the next price level above it. See what these other pairs are up to. Yeah, so we're going to watch these pairs right here. What's going on, Lyra? I see you in here. All right, so you haven't responded yet, Orion, which is cool, but I'm still going to answer your question and drop that link to that video. But this was the first video I was talking about before. Never be emotional while trading by doing these 5 things. Just dropped that video yesterday. Make sure you watch that. Make sure you hit that like button. And if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe because we don't just post content like that, but we live trade, of course, every day, Monday through Friday, 3 a.m. EST on the same channel. So as far as you play trades after the red news or don't play at all that day, well, you should know that we trade red folder news days because we trade literally Monday through Friday. So to answer the other part of your question, I do both. Now, I'm about to link a video where I explain everything in depth and into detail because if I try to do that right here, I'm probably going to get sidetracked because it's not super complicated, but it's a lot to talk about, which is why I got a video breaking it down for you. But we trade every day. News days don't really matter. Only time we won't really trade on a news day is if price is super choppy or if I just simply don't like the setups, which is very rare. But usually we trade every single day. Unless it's a day where all the banks have holidays. Then we might not trade. But news events and holidays are 2 different things. Okay, so you're a member. All right, so if you're a member, I'm gonna be a lot more strict with you because you literally have all the resources at the palm of your hand. Literally, if you have a cell phone and you're a member, you have all the resources you need in the palm of your hand. And it's Monday, so you have the entire weekend to do some studying. All right, don't take it personally. I'm just doing this because you are a member. So I'm assuming you're taking it serious since you took the steps to invest in yourself. So I'm gonna make sure that you get your money's worth. So first thing I want you to do, Orion, I want you to do this right now. All right, the way YouTube works, you can still listen to this, especially even if you're on your phone while doing what I'm telling you to do. If you haven't already, go into the advanced play signal room, read all the pinned messages, then join the group chat. After you join the group chat, watch the pinned video in the group chat. That is going to explain in step the steps you need to take to enter before entering a trade, and most importantly, how to properly calculate your lot size. Once you watch those videos, then I want you to message me on Telegram. Don't hit me up in the group chat, message me on Telegram. If you don't know how to message me on Telegram, DM me on Instagram. And I'm going to show you, probably send you, whichever one's easiest, depending on if you message me on Telegram or Instagram. But either way, I'm going to send you to the right direction. And I'm literally going to send you the exact video I want you to watch that is going to answer your questions. All right. But first, do what I just said to do first. Go into the group, go into the advanced play signal room, read all the pinned messages, join the group chat, watch the video, figure out how to do that, pull out your calculator, calculate your lot size, figure that out. Then once you do that, message me, and I'm literally going to send you the video. Because I see you in these comments all the time. So I remember your name. I just didn't remember if you're a member or not. But now that I know you're a member, I'm going to be extra hard on you. Because, again, you have literally all the resources in the palm of your hand. And I'm going to show you all what I mean in just a second. But right now we're looking at these pairs. All right. So since you're a member, make sure to do that. All right. And then once you did that, like I said, DM me so I know you did it. Because if you message me saying you did it, I'm going to believe that you did it and you're not lying to me. And then I'm just literally going to send you the next video that's going to explain this stuff. Of course, it's going to be recorded live, but I'm going to direct you to it because I know there's a lot of videos in there, especially if you just joined. All right. Speaking of just joining, those who just joined the stream, we haven't entered anything yet. We just went over basically the game plan. We're just waiting for confirmations right now. Go ahead and hit that first link in the description. Join the free signal room, free Telegram. You see on your screen how we did last week and last month. You click that link, you're going to be able to check that out and see for yourself. So picking up where we just left off, we just went over last week. We look at the week before. We went 14-0, took 0 losses, 100% win rate, catching a total of 107,570 pips. Before I break that down, let me pull back my other charts. All right, cool. All right, cool. So Monday we caught 19,402 pips. Tuesday we caught 33,797 pips. Wednesday we caught 11,236 pips. Thursday we caught 42,700 pips, and then Friday we caught 435 pips. In the week, 107,570 pips in profit. 99,146 of those pips strictly caught with the members in the advanced play signal room. Like always, every day and every week, I post a recap, going over all the trades taken, the TPs hit, pips caught each trade, record for the day, total pips caught. You're going to see screenshots of us in positions. This was a couple weeks ago where we caught this huge NAS buy and all that good stuff. But new 15 did just start, so let's go through these pairs one more time just to make sure that nothing has changed. So GJ is still retracing. We're still going to look for buys. So if price doesn't want to break that level, we're just going to look for a buy right here. As far as GJ goes, if we just go on the daily time frame, we see prices still clearly bullish. Not going to really go for sells unless price can break and hold below 179.95. Anything above, and I'm saying break below and treat that as resistance. Anything above that, I'm considering buy territory. So we're just going to let price do its thing right now. It is Monday. This is one of the slowest days of the week besides Tuesday, mainly because the market just reopened and a lot of stuff is still opening as the sessions go on. Tokyo session started, only mainly Tokyo session pairs were open and running. The London session just started literally like 30 minutes ago. New York hasn't started yet, so you get what I'm saying. So we're just chilling right now. And then looking at GN, we're still going to be looking for buys. GN is just struggling to break past the super strong resistance level. If we look to the left, we can see the first time price hit this level after this huge pump up, it failed to break this level, went for round two, failed again, round three for the higher high. We're going to see if we can break it today. If we can break it today, we're going to look for some more buys and continue to ride the wave like we've been doing so far. But as of now, we're just waiting for price to break our levels, and we're just patiently waiting and chilling. Just patiently waiting and chilling. Yeah, so we're just letting GJ do his thing. Let me catch up to these comments. Andrew, I don't know what you're talking about, but you sound like a bot, so I'm just going to go ahead and block and delete you. And if you're not a bot, you should be like most people and have multiple YouTube channels, so you can just jump back in. But for now, I'm going to go ahead and delete that comment, so I know what you're talking about. There we go. Just going to do that to you. But we're just chilling right now. GJ failed to break this level, so it's retracing back. You see here, you can literally see the wicks tapping this level here. Rejected it, treating it as a resistance. Literally, you can see price broke this level. You see the wicks tap it, rejected, reattempted to break it, tapped, rejected. You literally see price tapping and rejecting the level multiple times. And now you see price retraces. So now we're going to just wait and see how price reacts to this level here. And if we can treat it as support, we're going to enter a buy. We're not going to jump in as soon as price touches it. We're going to wait to see how price reacts. Why do we wait for these confirmations and wait for price to react? A good example would be literally right here. If we would have entered this just because price touched this level, we'd be in drawdown and at risk of our stop loss getting hit already, which is why we just patiently wait for confirmations. Because like I always say, we do not control the markets. We do not control price. So it's very silly for us to act like we do. All right. And it's not going to hurt us missing a pip or two to wait for confirmations and avoid entering trades too early or entering trades that we shouldn't be entering in general. So I have no problem patiently waiting. Those just joined the stream, we haven't entered anything yet. This is just a trade idea. We're waiting for price to break our level. Go ahead and hit that first link in the description on the free signal and free Telegram. You see on your screen how we did last week and last month. Give me 1 second. We're going to pull it up and continue to go through it in just a second. As far as gold goes, it's retracing back up. So we're just going to let gold do its thing. Like I said, we're still going to be looking for sells. We're simply just going to wait for price to hit this level and look for a sell right here. But we're still looking for sells. We're not looking for buys anytime soon. It's got to break a few levels before we consider buys. Let's see what the euro pairs are up to. Euro pairs moving similarly. Yeah, so we're just gonna let price do its thing right now. All right, Orion. Let me know when you do that too. I'm gonna be waiting for that DM. I know now. Like I said, I've been remembered your name because you be in here a lot, but I just didn't know if you remember or not. But now that I know you remember, I'm gonna be waiting for that DM. I ain't gonna blow your phone up because I can't message you if I want, but I'm gonna wait for you. I ain't gonna be waiting for that DM. Just know that. All right, so there's a few sets we can possibly jump into this next 15. I'm looking at EA, and then we're still watching GJ, of course. Yeah, so there's a few sets we can possibly jump into soon. We're just waiting for volume to pick up and for our confirmations to be met. Members are currently in a trade right now. We're nice and blue currently. Going to be posting the screenshots on my Instagram story after this live. Not going to be going over right now. Going to be posting it later. But going back into the Telegram. So we went over the past 2 weeks. The second week of June, we went 12-1, giving us a 92% win rate, catching a total of 7,452 pips. And then the first week of June, kind of the first week, because if I'm not mistaken, the beginning of June started in the middle of a week, if I'm not mistaken. Let me pull the calendar up. Yeah, so like Wednesday, Tuesday, Friday was the first and second of June. So this was one of those weird ones, but I am going to calculate those first couple of days in the recap at the end of this week as well. And as far as last month went, I think we're right there. So let me scroll up a little bit more. Okay, here we are. So just like you see on your screen, we went 46-5. Only took 5 losses last month, 46 wins, catching a total of 45,925 pips, 36,660 of those pips strictly caught in the advanced plays signal room, giving us a 90% win rate for the month. All right. You click right here, it's going to take you to the very first week of May, where you see we caught 4,308 pips, went 7-2. And if you scroll down, just like always, you're going to see personal entries, SLs, TPs, time the trade was posted, how many people viewed it into the trade, TPs getting hit, reactions, all that good stuff. And y'all interested in joining or learning how to mark up these charts yourself, make sure to use code 1 year. This is going to be the last week before this code expires and is over. The reason why it's code 1 year for 25% off all subscriptions, that's including the one-on-one sessions, the course, and the advanced play signal room, monthly, yearly, and lifetime, is because we click the pin message here. It will literally take you to a year ago today, but if you scroll up, technically it started last month because last month would hit a year for the playbook being started and created. And you'll be able to see for over a year us consistently average high 80 to 90% win rates weekly, monthly, and quarterly. So make sure to check that out. Like I said, that ends this week. You guys have any questions about that? You can contact me directly on Instagram at playmaker_way. Make sure to hit a follow as well. But we're just chilling right now. New 5-minute just started, so let's go through these pairs one more time just to make sure we're not missing anything. But we're on GJ, so let's go to the next one. Got a new 15 starting at 5. GN is still kind of chilling right here. As you can see, we're on a 15-minute time frame. We started this live about 40 minutes ago, so you can see since we've been live, price has literally done nothing but range. So even if we would have entered the trade, nothing really would have happened. So that's why I have no issue just being patient and just waiting for the confirmations to get met. Because price is going to do its thing regardless, whether you're in a trade or not. So GA ended up exploding to the upside. So that was one pair we missed out on. Let's see what these other pairs are doing. EA is still retracing. Let's see what EA is looking like. All right, so you see GA exploded to the upside, but EA did not do that at all. So we're going to see if EA can break and hold this level. The fact that GA just exploded like that, I want to see EA push up and or follow its lead. But just because I want to see that happen doesn't mean it's going to. But if we just look at the past 3 15-minute candles on GA and compare to EA, you can clearly see the difference. So I want to see if EA is going to follow GA's lead. But before we can assume that, let's go on the daily time frame and see what we're looking at. So on GA, this imbalance was already completely filled on Friday's candle. We can see that literally just by clicking here. So off rip, we can see that GA is a little bit further ahead of the lead on EA. But we also can see that besides that small difference or small detail, it's pretty much doing the same thing on today's daily candlestick as well. So we're going to be looking for buys, not against the retracement before the buys, but we also have price just like on GA at a strong support resistance level. So we're going to see if it can hold it and break above and treat as support, or we're going to wait for retracement back down to this daily level here and then look for a buy regardless. We're not going to be looking for sells anytime soon. It's going to have to break a few levels before we consider sells. So that's going to be the game plan right there. Still watching gold, but like we went over the past 15, it rejected that level. So we're just waiting to see how it reacts back up here. So we're just chilling right now. We got a new 15 about to start in about a minute. Then we got the new 4 o'clock hour and new hour going to be starting soon. Really just waiting for volume to pick up. Some Mondays we have some nice volume at the beginning. Other Mondays is pretty slow. But usually it's a safe to bet and just assume that Mondays and Tuesdays are going to be pretty slow, especially going into the London session. But nonetheless, it's still good to be on the charts because you never know. You might be able to jump into some opportunities. We're about to wait and see what this next 15 looks like. Thoughts on SPX? We can pull it up. So I had a sell marked off, missed the entry on that. But looking at SPX, we was nice and bullish. We're catching nice buys. We even caught nice buys last week on SPX. But as you can see here, it hasn't made any new highs and it hasn't made any lower highs. This could have been a lower high. I mean a higher low, but when it price hit this level here, instead of breaking and continue to push up, it rejected and price pushed down. So now we see lows getting made. So it would have been a nice position here to enter on the sell, but the move started literally like a candlestick or two before we got live. So I had this trade idea marked off, went over this with the members. So if I would have entered here or had like a sell limit or alert set off, I'd be deep in profit. But as you can see, I'm looking at sells. So I wouldn't enter a sell right now. So I'd wait for price to either retrace back to around 43.60, 43.65 price range. And depending on how price reacts there, look for a possible sell. Or I wait to see how price reacts around 43.20, 43.15. Because I can see price heading down there as of right now. It's already on the way towards that. But that's what I see for SPX. Wouldn't really consider buys unless price breaks back above possibly 43.60, 43.65 and see how it reacts there. But you won't be super safe. I wait to see how it reacts. Or, excuse me, if you want to be super safe, I wouldn't go for buys unless price breaks above 43.90, 43.95. Anything below those two levels, I'd consider sells. And you see price on the way to doing that right now, continuing to drop. But that's why I see with SPX. Would have been in that, but missed the entry. And like I always tell you, the members and y'all, don't chase trades. Just wait for either retracement. And if it doesn't retrace, just wait to enter at the next entry point. right, we got a new 15 that just started. So let's go through these pairs again, see what's going on. Let's pull up EA. Yeah, so we just got ranging going on. No problem, Garth, I got you. Yeah, so as we go through these pairs, we'll literally see that not too much is going on. We had that literally only one pair that did a decent move since the live started, and that was GA, and we missed that opportunity. And we even see that EA, one of his correlated pairs, didn't even do a similar move. So it was literally just one pair that had a move so far. Other than that, price has just been ranging, retracing, retesting levels. So we didn't miss too much so far. Didn't miss too much so far. Still gonna be on the charts. So we're gonna be watching. We're still gonna be watching GJ, looking for possible buys on GJ. We're still looking at possible buys on EA, possible buys on GN and EN. Still gonna be looking for sells on gold for the next couple levels, and then NAS and SPX. As long as it can hold below those levels we talked about, we're gonna be looking for sells. That's gonna be the game plan for the day so far. As far as news, in about 10 minutes, we got some Euro news popping off. Then 50 minutes after that, we got some Swiss franc news. And then in the middle of New York, we got some more Euro news at 1:30 EST. And that's pretty much the news for today. No red folder, no high impact. And then going into Tuesday, that's when the high impact news starts. Then Wednesday, we got some. Thursday is pretty clean looking, standard looking Thursday. You know, the 8:30 news events for USD pairs on Thursday and Friday. That's a pretty normal Thursday and Friday. And then that's going to be the end of the month and the end of the quarter. And then next week, new quarter and new month starts, where you already know it's going to be a bunch of high impact news, because the new month means new reports from the past month, which means a bunch of high impact news, which we can see right here. And I've gone over this before in the past, but we'll probably go over that later on this week. We'll probably go over that later on this week. But the members, you should know, and those that watched Printing of the Lies in the past, you should already know what I'm talking about when referencing that. Yeah, but literally since we've been on live, nothing's really been going on. So we're just patiently waiting. Yeah, rejected that level. We're gonna keep on GJ. Just dropped a new video yesterday, y'all. Got some more videos dropping later this week. Going to drop that in the chat right now. Make sure to check that out after this live's over. It's titled Never Be Emotional While Trading by Doing These 5 Things. I break down the 5 things that I personally do that changed my mindset completely and helped me literally not be emotional while trading. I'm literally not emotional while trading anymore. Sometimes, you know, if I'm nice and blue, I might feel good about myself. But besides that, if I'm in drawdown, I feel nothing. When I'm in profit, you know, I might have a smile on my face, but, you know, I'm not getting overly excited, not getting cocky or comfortable. Every trade I approach and attack the same way with the same mindset. And it's because I do these exact 5 things. All right. Because once you get the strategy down, the main obstacles you have after that is emotions, discipline, what goes hand in hand with emotions, over leveraging, not knowing how to count pips, and simple math, which goes hand in hand with, you know, over leveraging, not knowing how to count pips. All right, I got videos on how to count pips. So now this video is going to go with the other videos on trading psychology. So make sure to check this one out. If I can drop the link. Give me 1 second. All right, there we go. So make sure to check that one out. We got a new 5 minute about to start in a few minutes, but we're just chilling right now. Yeah, I want to see volume pick up this next hour though. Speaking of new quarter, let's go over how we did last quarter. If I can scroll down, should be right around here. I'm telling you, it's so much easier to scroll through this on the phone because all you gotta do is swipe with your thumb. But on here, you gotta scroll. But just bear with me. Should be right around the corner, if I'm not mistaken. We should be seeing it in a second. Those just joining the stream, we haven't entered anything yet. Go ahead and hit that first link in the description. Join the free signal room, free Telegram. You see on your screen how we did last week and last month. I had it pinned somewhere. I wonder if I scrolled past it. I'm trying to find it because I always mark. I'm gonna start pinning them. I'm gonna start pinning these messages to make my life a little bit easier. But until then, we're just gonna do it like this. So this is the month. Boom. This was the month. The quarter should be here in a second. And if I can't find it, I'm not going to waste too much time trying to scroll and find it. It's in here. Y'all explore the channel, be able to find it. I was just trying to pull it up. I cannot find it. Okay, so this was April. So this is how we did April. We caught 108,600 pips, 147.5. But I did the recap of the quarter too. Here it is. I found it. All right, cool. So last quarter we went 199-14. So we took 199 wins, only 14 losses, split up between 3 months, which is not bad at all, giving us a 93% win rate for the quarter, which is 3 months total. We caught a total of 364,733 pips. 146 of those pips strictly caught with the members in the advanced plays signal room. You won't be able to find this if you scroll up to April 8th in the free signal room, free Telegram. Then you click right here. It's going to take you to the very beginning of the year. What you see here is January. And you can see how we started off the year with bang. All right, so make sure to check that out. Again, that was April 8th. You scroll to April 8th, you'll be able to see that. So GJ looks like some volume is about to pick up. New 5 minute did just start, which is nice. About time. So we're just going to push this back up. Of course, we're not entering yet until price breaks and holds this level. But still going to push it up because it looks like price is about to try to at least breach that level, if not break and hold that level. We're also going to be watching GN, but GN's got a little bit of work to do as well. But we're still going to be watching those. But let's see what their counterparts are doing. Let's see what EN's up to. All right, EN's not looking attractive for us. Let's see what. All right, cool. All right, cool. Mm-hmm. Make sure to follow me on Instagram and TikTok. Y'all should see it on your bottom of your screen at Playmaker_Ways to Instagram, Playmaker Ways to TikTok. I post daily on both pages. Some stuff I can't post on Instagram, so I post on TikTok, and vice versa. Some stuff I can't post on TikTok, so I post on Instagram. We're almost at 1,000 followers on TikTok. Once we hit 1K followers on TikTok, we're going to be going live on there as well. It's going to be outside the regularly scheduled programs on YouTube. I got a lot of stuff planned for those lives. We're almost there, y'all. So if you haven't followed already, make sure to hit that follow button, as well as check out the content on there on both Instagram and TikTok. If y'all want to contact me directly, y'all can DM me on Instagram or DM me on Telegram. I respond to all messages. Just, y'all want to say hi, that's cool. But, in that same message, the next sentence follow up with your question, comment, or concern. That way, we're just efficient on both sides. 'Cause I get a lot of messages, and sometimes I might not respond until a couple hours later, or vice versa. I respond, and then you might not be online until a couple hours later. So, whereas if you would have just came with that initial statement or concern, I could have answered that my first message, and we can get the ball rolling. Where sometimes, again, don't take this personally, but sometimes some of y'all just will say, "Hi, I got a question," instead of saying, "Hi, this is my question." You know what I'm saying? Just little stuff like that, just to make it more efficient on both ends. But again, you can contact me with anything. There's no such thing as a stupid question. I'm here to help y'all out. But yeah, so we're gonna be waiting for GJ. We'll see who's gonna break this level. We got a new 15 about to start in a minute and a half. We got a new 5 minute about to start, and we got a new hour about to start. So we'll have to see what happens here. We're looking at GJ. We're looking at GN, and we're looking at EA right now. Yeah, but the 4 o'clock hour is about to start. Usually that's when we start to see some more volume pick up for London session. So we're going to see if we can hop into some trades this next hour. Of course, we're still going to be waiting for our confirmations and things like that. We're not going to just jump into trades. But we're about to see what happens. Just we're looking at GJ. Waiting to see if GJ can break above that level. And the same thing with EA. Waiting to see if EA can break above this level. And then same thing with GN. Waiting to see if GN can break above this level here. All right, new 4 o'clock hour just started. All right, GJ and GN are still trying. Let me go ahead and post a disclaimer because we might be entering some stuff soon. So let me go ahead and post this disclaimer for y'all. It's the same disclaimer I post every day before the first trade or signal of the day. Make sure to read the disclaimer. It's going to answer a lot of your questions. It's going to go over how this trading strategy works, how the TPs work, how you should go about trading in general as well. It's going to look like a big paragraph to some of y'all on your phone screen, but it's just 11 sentences. Make sure to read each sentence because I get a DM, not every day as like I used to, but at least once a week still. And again, I answer all messages, but the stuff is in the disclaimer. So make sure to read that disclaimer. All right. And also make sure to literally read everything I post in the free channel. And especially if you're a member, read and watch everything I post. I'm never just going to type something or post something in either channel for no reason. Everything I post is for a reason. Everything I post is important. So make sure to read that, because I also get a lot of messages about stuff that I posted. So make sure to read everything. Okay. So GJ is still trying. Let's see what these other pairs are up to. GJ is trying to push up. Let's see what GN's trying to do. GN's still trying to push up as well. So we're still going to be looking at GJ, GN, and EA. We're just waiting for them to meet our confirmations. Yeah, so we might be interesting things soon. My alarm is about to go off, so I do got some things to do. But I am going to be on the charts like always. Those who just joined the stream, we haven't entered anything yet. Well, me and the members are currently in a trade. We hit TP1 so far, but that's it. Make sure that first in the description, doing a free signal room, free Telegram. Make sure you have your notice on, because the next trade we do enter will be in the free channel. So definitely want to be on the lookout for that. Make sure to read the disclaimer. Even though we didn't enter anything, y'all still could have learned something from this live. So if y'all did, or if you just want to support the channel, make sure to hit that like button. If you haven't subscribed already, make sure to subscribe. Check out the video I just dropped yesterday, as well as the other videos and content on this channel, because we don't just live trade and live stream every day, Monday through Friday, London session 3 EST. But we also got countless trade breakdown videos, trading psychology videos, trading tip videos as well on the channel. So make sure to check those out. So as of right now, we're waiting on GJ and GN, as well as Euro AED, to break above our levels and meet our confirmations. Once our confirmations are met, we're going to be looking for possible buys. It's going to have to break a few levels to the downside before we consider going for sells. As far as gold, let's pull up gold so we can go over that really quick. So as far as gold, we're still looking for sells. Price is just simply retracing. Wouldn't really consider buys unless price can break and hold above around 1952, 1965 price range. Anything below those two levels, I would still consider sell territory. If we just look on the bigger time frame, the daily, we can see prices clearly making lows, had this level of traffic that got created the past couple weeks, then broke through that last week. So now we're in the middle of a lower high. So depending on how price reacts to around 1935, 1936, we can still look for some sells. That's going to be game plan for that. All right, y'all. And we're going to be back at the same time tomorrow, London session 3 m EST.